What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Where is she? Where is she? There she is. I was very, very late. Sorry, I'm super late.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
What's up?
Oh. Wow. Pretty.
She's a spicy one for sure. Okay, I do not know how much gas I have, so might as well since we're here.
Yeah, it was a nice ride. There's like no traffic.
Yeah, you got here 30 minutes early.
Oh.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I've never been on here before.
Well, welcome. For today's video, we're going to be doing a few different things. I don't know if I should separate this into two videos as well or keep it as one long one. I've been posting more often. I think we're going back to 4 times a week instead of every other day, which is 4 and 3. So a couple extra videos a month. But yeah, since I'm posting a lot, I'm kind of like, maybe do separate videos. Well, the thing is that they are going to be like different videos. All right. Plan is, since you're track, right? Look at you go. She is bike shopping, so we're gonna go to Molly Motorsports. But you're also a canyon rider, right? And this is my new bike that I've never taken to the canyon, so we're gonna try to go to the canyon a little bit.
Okay.
Do a little test, see how she runs and all that, and then from there we'll go to a dealership and do some bike shopping, because that's one of my favorite things to do. Fueled up already? Let's do it. Yeah, I do need that sprocket cover, which, by the way, Corsa Carbon, the new carbon company, we are gonna offer that piece. It's actually gonna be a piece that not only covers the sprocket, but this too. It's one singular big piece. Yeah, this bike is super tall. There's a few things I need to do to the Xtrenta. First being, obviously, like certain mods, but there's stuff that I do need to do. And one of them is definitely adjust the suspension. Suspension is very stiff. I am riding the Xtrenta with a backpack, so hopefully, nothing smacks anything, because we're going to Molly Motorsports also. There's a lot of things I'm trying to do today, and we're doing like all-in-one type of thing, because I'm trying to go there so we can work on Corsa Carbon. We're working on the website, we're finalizing everything and all that, so we can launch a month hopefully, and there will be also a meet launch party, bringing a bunch of the bikes. Hey, S1K, let's go. Yeah, the Xtrenta definitely needs those slicks warmed up. It's not a hot day, but it's also not a cool day either, so hopefully it doesn't take as much to do all that. So yeah, like I was saying, we need to definitely get the suspension dialed on this thing so she feels a lot better. I rode the Super Veloce the other day, and the Super Veloce felt low-key, like dare I say, a little bit better than this, because I don't know, the suspension is dialed for me because I copied the R1M suspension settings, and I know the geometry of the two bikes are different, but at least it's close enough where it feels somewhat similar. So it felt like a Super Veloce with regular normal tires. They don't need to warm up and get up to temp, and better suspension just felt more confident than this bike, which makes absolutely no sense because that bike is the opposite of a track bike. We gotta keep remembering that she is a newer rider, so we gotta take it somewhat chill, which is perfect for this video, because like we're saying, we're still, I know some of you might be confused about the whole braking situation of this thing. So technically this bike is already broken it. We already passed, on the service manual it says 100 miles to break in, to finish the braking period, which we did. But also, like, an extra safety that I'm trying to do is wait for the first service, because the first service includes like a few things. Includes a few things like, doing the oil change and all that. I feel like those should be done, checking the bolts and fluids and stuff like that. So I would like to do the first service, check everything on the bike, make sure it's good, and then we can go a little crazier on her. But I know, I see all the comments, everyone's like, it's a track bike, you're doing yourself a disservice by not taking this to the track, this in the HP4 race. Some people are doing that. Well, a quick little message to all of that. The people that are doing that are probably going there not pushing limits on purpose, you know, all the people, where's she? Oh, there she is. Oh, slippery, like right here on the white lines and all. I told her I've never seen her ride, so I told her I'll let her lead so she can, I can judge kind of like how good of a rider she is since she's like somewhat newer, and see. Yeah, she's like, yes to the signs. And so we can see what the next bike is for her. But yeah, I was saying that for the people that are talking about these being track bikes and all that, listen, I know I'm not going to be pushing their limits. I don't think anybody out there besides a professional like MotoGP World Superbike rider are going to be pushing their limits, because these bikes are capable of way too much, and even some pro riders can't push their limits unless you're someone that rides these on the tracks continuously and know their limits and able to push them. I'm a type of person that likes to push limits, and therefore if I take these bikes on the track, I'm gonna want to push harder. And look at some of the best riders. Look at Marc Marquez, you know what I mean? Like, he crashes all the time. Why? Because he's pushing limits. I'm a type of person that likes to go hard. Going to the track, I want to push limits, and with these bikes, thank you, sir. And with these bikes, it's definitely like, I don't want to do that because I don't want something to happen to these bikes. Those people that do take these to the track, which I will eventually, by the way, it's not like I'm keeping these only for street use. I want to use both of them at least once to the track just to see, you know, how they truly feel, because this is not really a true test, you know what I mean? This is just me throwing the bike like barely around, you know what I mean, just cruising. It's not a true track test. All these people that take these bikes to the tracks are probably not pushing limits, because if something went down, it's not about the maintenance of it. If it was just the maintenance, I wouldn't mind. You know what I mean? It's whatever, you know, you rebuild the bike, do whatever, like it's part of the package that you end up getting, which I know what I signed up for with a lot of these bikes. What I'm trying to say is, for example, the HP4 race, if something happened to that bike, even like with the most minor low side, most likely the frame is going to get damaged. If the frame gets damaged on that thing, the bike is totaled, just like that. So it doesn't matter how much money you have, because you can't just get another HP4 race frame. That's what keeps some people like forget to realize. Of course, the money is a big aspect of it, because that frame is probably like around $20,000. So, which is an entire price for a track bike, to be honest. You can get an R1 with that price, or, you know, a slightly done up track bike for that price, just for the price of the frame. So it's definitely, money still is in effect, but it's not only that. It's just the fact that some of these bikes are halo bikes, you know, like, you should take care of them and you should make sure you keep them in good condition, because if something happened, they're not always replaceable. Now, let's say I ride the HP4 race and I love that bike on the track, and, you know, I'm like, this is by far like night and day difference from any other bike I've ridden on the track. Then maybe we'll think about getting another one and make one my track bike and one my street bike. So at least, you know, I have one that is in good condition, because I wouldn't risk something that is a one of one. I have only one of them, and then the bike being down or totaled. It just makes absolutely no sense. So yeah, just a little message for other people that are kind of like track bike, and I know that like it's gonna be never ending. I'm always gonna get those messages and all that, because at the end of the day, I get it, they are track bikes, but that's the whole point. Like, I'm breaking the stigma of you can only use these for that. That is so not true. As someone that, or one of the only people that has the H2R, the HP4 race, and Xtrenta, and I'm riding them on the street, it's still an experience to ride. You're still riding the bike. Sure, you're not maximizing your lean angle and all that, but still a lot of fun. It's still a different experience, and that's what this is all about. Like, you know, when you first get a bike, you fall in love with it, not because you're pushing limits. It's just a new experience, and each bike gives you a new experience. People that have multiple different bikes understand that. And of course, one of the main reasons I really wanted the Xtrenta is not because of what the bike is and all of that, because the HP4 race makes more sense. It's a Halo bike, they're raising an Isleman TT. It was going for such a good deal. Oh, I just realized that I'm on slicks, which usually I don't mind going on the white lines, but maybe not with these tires. Alright, that was kind of like the chill, warm up the tires, go around. I don't even know if these tires will even get up to 10, but they definitely feel a lot better now. Turn back around and do this one more time the opposite way. Good?
Yeah.
A little different from the canyons you're used to, or
I mean, I'm used to canyons that are like a lot tighter.
more twisty, right?
Yeah.
This is the only thing we have that is close to here. But I like this one, or I used to like it before it got kind of, the roads are a little more bumpy now.
Yeah.
But I like it because it's like long sweepers, so you can get actually some good speed at them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so on the way, I just wanted to see like how you ride and all that, and just, you know, take a chill. And on the way back, I might mob a little bit. So if I mob, do not try to catch up.
I felt like I could if I wanted to anyways.
I'm just saying, like, don't push like past your limits because
Right, yeah.
perfect. Okay, just making sure. I'll slow down and I'll wait for you, and then we'll head to the dealership after that.
Okay.
Sounds good. How long have you been riding again?
Since September, so.
Oh, like not even a full year yet.
What?
Not even a full year yet.
No.
Okay. So, almost getting there to a full year.
I told myself I'd get a new bike once I get a year in of seat time.
That's a good. Yeah, that's good.
I feel like
Especially.
I'm ready now, but
Yeah. Why not? You know, you'll learn more. You'll learn more. We'll see. We'll take a look at other stuff. I mean, so far you seem to be like a safe rider and all that. There's only one part where it was like kind of a blind corner, and you went. I wouldn't pass in blind corners. You know what I mean? Like where you don't see the cars coming. That's just one thing. I don't know if you would freak out, but some people, like, you're taking over a car and a car is coming, and some people would freak out. So that's the only little critique I had. All right, you ready? All right. We're still not gonna be like going crazy, but just a little bit more so I can see what this bike can do. Just get a better feel for it. And I don't know, like, honestly, with these slicks, yeah, they still feel slippery again, so slippery and shaky too. The brakes feel amazing though. Oh yeah, like I said, this place is pretty bumpy, so I'm trying to understand, get a feel for how this bike is when it's not track, you know what I mean? Like, oh, these brakes are a cheat code. Dare I say, I think these are better than the HP4s. They feel so solid. The stopping power on this thing is unreal, to be honest. But yeah, I would say it's, besides, you know, the steering bar being a little wobbly and all that, that mixed in with the bumps and the stiff suspension, I think that's not the best recipe overall. Thank you, sir. I just realized also I don't really need to shift almost at all with this thing. It has so much power, I can just keep her in like a higher gear and it'll be completely chill and good. Thank you, sir. Yeah, so far this is like a very, very tight machine. She just feels like she's cutting through everything. That was a pretty mean little tank slapper. Even the traction control and everything came on. Thank you. Yeah, sadly this way there's a lot more traffic. just don't have enough room. This bike is so fast that I just simply don't have enough room to open her up. And we gotta also keep in mind that the tires aren't broken in on the sides. They're still pretty much new, so. Too bumpy. I don't like it with this suspension. It's like not really forgiving. There's just too much going on. But I'm getting a feel of like how the bike reacts and all that. And she feels good. Like she feels when I hit those bumps, I can kind of like get back, bounce back pretty nicely. And kind of like, you know, readjust my body positioning and all that, even though it's throwing me off a lot, of course. My God, these brakes, man, they're so good, but also the bike is so fast that the speed is so unreal. Like I reach speeds that usually I wouldn't on a bike, on a different bike, because of how powerful this thing is. Keep in mind, this is like pretty much one of my most powerful bikes right now, besides of course the H2 and the H2R, but which are bikes that I don't really take on the canyons and stuff like that. So yeah, it's like full on traffic now, so we'll just chill a little bit. All right, we'll wait for her here. She shouldn't take too long because we were stuck behind all these cars for a little bit too. Definitely a beast. Yeah, I mean there's more rights than lefts, but didn't use much of the left. But see, at least we're breaking in the tire a little bit, getting her a little stickier. Told her to keep going and I'll just... Oh! I would really like to ride this and the HP4 Race back to back. So far, I think I actually like this better than the HP4 Race. HP4 Race feels faster, but I think this is faster. I don't know if that makes sense, but when I'm mobbing on the HP4 Race, I feel like when it touches that throttle, I feel the pull. It pulls so hard. This thing feels way smoother and just like buttery throughout. But then also, I like down at the speed, and especially when I'm stopping and I'm going like to a certain point where I'm like, whoa, like I realize how much speed I'm carrying because I'm braking, and it's still, this distance is closing so fast, which is very trippy on this thing. Like even though with these really good brakes, it's still like, I'm like, whoa, we're moving. But yeah, that was fun. You know, our first ride on the Xtrenta, very chill, calm, controlled. Like I said, just getting a feel for the bike and what it can do and all that. Nothing crazy. I enjoyed it. I don't know, let me know in the comments below. Did you guys enjoy kind of like a ride like this? This thing is a straight missile, man. I've never taken that route before. That little like bridge that merges into this, and it was like all redone, so I wanted to give it, I enjoyed that. That was like really quick and it felt good, you know. That was like one of the smoothest, most chill cruises I've done on, you know, a canyon on one of these bikes. That's the thing, the HP4 feels so much more rowdy. This is a lot more refined, And even though the HP4 race feels faster, I have a feeling that like if we take them both to the track, I'll put faster lap times on this thing. I want to keep this video going even longer. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's mainly, you know, riding, a little bit less walking around and talking to people. Even though there's still a lot of yapping, you know, it's yapping and riding, 2 in 1. When we get the GP22 exhaust, that's when we're gonna do like more of a pure ride sound, and you know, take her on a spin where we're not gonna be yapping as much and just enjoy the ride and the sound of the bike, because you can hear it with that GP22. Okay, she keeps a good safe distance. She's not like right behind me, since this bike does not have a tail light, so that's very good. I forgot to kind of warn her about that. Usually I tell people like, hey, these track bikes don't have tail lights, so keep a good distance because you don't know when I'm slowing down. But yeah, so far she's a pretty safe rider for someone that is new. She didn't seem too scared. Obviously it was just a chill cruise through the canyon, but she's doing good. And now we're gonna go bike shopping, and I'm showing the Molly boys my new Xtrenta because they wanted to check it out. So 2 in 1, actually 3 in 1, bike shopping for her, show them the Xtrenta, and also work on Corsa Carbon. And yeah, I think the carbon for the Xtrenta should be coming in, I would say, like a week or so. So obviously we're going to be doing a build on the Xtrenta with all the new carbon, and also on my H2R. We're getting some carbon for the H2R as well. But yeah, that is a very interesting wrap on the Tesla. But yeah, like I was saying, now we're going to commute there, and we're going to start a new video of the bike shopping with her. A little bit, you know, less riding obviously, and showing the Molly Boys Xtrenta. Hope you guys enjoyed this little canyon video. You know, I don't do like many canyon rides anymore because of a few reasons, but also back at the time I used to have like my little canyon group, and we used to rip around all the time. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this, something a little different, especially with the Xtrenta. And please drop a like, subscribe, and turn on your notification bells. Oh, she's way far back now, so let me slow down. I think she's not as comfortable splitting lanes yet, so we'll wait for her. But yeah, like I was saying, please turn on your notifications, drop a like, subscribe, and more videos are going to be coming for the summer, hopefully. You know, I'm trying to post a little bit more, so stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, and let me know in the comments down below what you guys would like to see. Is that a GT2 RS? It's debadged, so you know, I'm kind of like, it looks sick. I love Porsches. But yeah, peace out and ride safe, guys.